Hi guys. Alrighty. That should do it. Let's see. There we are. Yay. Let's see. Oh, I'm gonna be lagging again. That's fine. Trying to see if I can do this guy, which I can't. Hold on. Well, for some reason it won't let me open up the panel to chat with everybody. Well, hi. Both kiddos are down for a nap, so I thought I'd go ahead and work on some PEMDAS. It'll go up to about 6th grade math level. We'll just do a bunch of different examples and just chat while we do some problems. PEMDAS is a big one. It's order of operations. It's really key to when you're solving problems that involves multiplication, division, parentheses, exponents, where to kind of start first, second, third, fourth, and so forth in order to solve your problem. I'm sure you've seen it all over social media where they're like, hey, I bet you can't solve this problem. It's like, I don't know, I think the last one I saw was 3 minus 3 plus 3 times 3 minus 3. Can you solve it? Well, yeah, you use PEMDAS. So that's what we're going to do now. Yay, my chat came up. Just talking to myself. Alrighty. Whoa. So feeling a lot better. Got back into the rhythm of things for homeschooling, all that good stuff, and then did a good little haul as far as going to the dollar store. So that's always fun. But let's get going. So this is PEMDAS. Enough rambling because I have not learned you can just edit these videos. They just go up onto the channel. So we just like to just chat. All right, so first problem, we're going to start with a little bit on the simpler side. I did right over to the side our PEMDAS. So our order is parentheses, exponents, multiplication and division, they're grouped together because these are going to be from left to right. And then addition and subtraction are also grouped together from left to right. So let's do 3 plus 5 times 2 minus 4. First thing we want to look at, are there any parentheses? No. Any exponents? No. Multiplication or division? Yes. I do need to mute myself over there because that's just weird. Okay. Yes. So we have 5 times 2. So we'll go ahead and solve for that. So 5 times 2 is 10. And then I like to bring everything else down so that way we don't miss anything. And the bigger the problems become, the lot, not scarier, but a lot more jumbled it can be. So it's just nice to continue to bring everything down with it. So now we have no more multiplication or division. We go down to addition or subtraction from left to right. We do have both addition and subtraction, but we are going to, again, go from left to right. So left we have 3 plus 10, which gives us 13. Bring everything down. And then 13 minus 4. Which should be 8, 9. Oh no! Yeah? 13 minus 4 is 9, 9 plus 4 is 13. Whew, gotta check your math every once in a while. So in this problem, our answer is 9. Oh man. All right, moving on. We'll leave the PEMDAS example over on the right. So I, once again, listed a few examples that we can just quickly go through, and that way it's just up and running. If you have, I'll go ahead and upload this one once we're done here, so if there's any other problems that you would like to see, just put them in the comments below. Otherwise, let's keep going. We have 4 plus 3, and then we have times 2 plus 5. We're going to solve for that. Solve for x. That could be another video, solving for x. moving on. So our first one, PEMDAS, is parentheses. We have 2 of them. So which one do we do first? We are going to be doing our left. We're always going to work from left to right. So this parentheses, 4 plus 3, is going to be our 7. I'm going to bring down my multiplication sign. And then we can do this one. 5 plus 2 is 7. Bring everything down. Now we have no other that we need to really roll through the PEMDAS. So 7 times 7 is going to be our 49. Yay! So there's that problem. Moving on. Let's do a little bit more complicated. Let's do, I guess not so much complicated. 22 plus 4 times 5 minus 13 and solve. So this one we can clearly see that there are no parentheses. There are no exponents. It's a little guy on top. Multiplication and division, we do have 1, so let's go ahead and solve for that. So 4 times 5 is going to give us our 20. Bring everything else down. No more multiplication or division. We do have addition from subtraction, so we are going to work from left to right. And let's go ahead and just solve. So 22 plus 20 is going to be 42 minus 13, and that will give us our answer of 29. Yay! Let's see, what else is going on? It's been extremely hot here in Arizona. Like, really, really hot when it shouldn't be. It was in the 90s yesterday and the day before, and then today is like 80s. We are supposed to go back down into the 70s by next week, which is hopeful because I really wanted to take the kiddos out to the park and still do a few park days and zoo days, but we'll see, I did also, hopefully once we're done here, I went to, again, the dollar store, because it is just a cool place to go. They have the big pool noodles right now because for us, summertime started like last week. And what I wanted to do is I took 2, 1 of each color for each son. I got 2 kids. And then I'm gonna cut them, I don't know, yay big, or maybe just in half for each. And then what I'm gonna use them for, if you haven't heard of it, and you have little ones and you need something to do, go to DannyGo.com or just Danny Go on YouTube. And it's just a bunch of like, get your energy out videos, and there's a few of them where he's got these pool noodles that he's cut, and he uses them as like drumsticks and whatnot. So I was gonna surprise the kiddos and get those cut up before they wake up from their nap. Anyway, moving on. We have 3 plus 5 plus 14 plus 5. All right, so this one's a little more complicated. We did add a few more parentheses. So for this one, which parentheses do we start with first? Where you have your large parentheses and you got your smaller one in the middle. The smaller one in the middle takes priority. So you're gonna go ahead and solve for that first. So 14 plus 5 will give you 19. And then you're gonna keep your outside parentheses, the second one, plus your 5, plus your 3. So now we have completed our big one. A lot of people might make the mistake to where you see 2 plus signs and forget the extra parentheses, so they remove them, and then you're just solving from left to right because it is addition left over. That's going to give you a whole different answer. So make sure, again, just bringing everything down with you as you problem solve, because we still have our parenthesis here. So we are actually going to solve 5 plus 19 instead of the 3 plus 5. So the 5 plus 19 will give us 24 plus the 3, right? Yep. And then 24 plus 3 will give us our correct answer of 27. Pretty cool, huh? All right. Moving on. Let's do another one. We're gonna do maybe 3 or 4 more, and then we'll probably just call it quits. Again, another quiet one. And that's okay. I think it's because now I'm doing like math instead of just chatting, but that's fine. We can always math and chat. So I don't know. Come join me next time. I don't really have like a time in a day and all that chat though, because I kind of just do it when kiddos are down for a nap, so it makes it a lot simpler. All right, I'm done rounding. Moving on. We have 30 minus 2 in parentheses, close parentheses, plus 7 minus 5 to the second power, and solve from there. So again, just go through your PEMDAS, parentheses, yes. Let's solve for that one first. So 30 minus 2 is going to be your 28. It's not in a double parentheses, so we're okay there. I am going to go ahead and drop everything below and now continue to solve. There's no more parentheses. The next one is exponents, which we do have one here. So 5 to the second power is the same thing as saying 5 times 5. This is 2 times. And 5 times 5 is 25. So we'll bring this down for 25. Minus the 7 plus the 28. Okay? And then we have no more exponents, so we're good there. Multiplication or division, we don't have any, so we're going to move on. Addition and subtraction from left to right, we do. So we will go from left to right. We're going to do the 28 plus the 7, which I don't know why I did. See, this is why you check your work, because in my little side notes, for some reason, I subtracted the 28 and the 7 instead of adding the 28 and the 7. Anyway, what we should be doing is adding. So 28 plus 7 is going to be 35 minus 25. And then 35 minus 25 will actually give us 10. Yeah. And then as I made the mistake, I subtracted the 28 and the 7, and that gave me a completely different answer down there. So again, make sure we're checking our work. I may even make mistakes on the slide, so let me know if I do. All right, a couple more. Let's do 5. That makes me want to double check what I did there. I didn't even like I really messed it up. I did 28, maybe minus 7, and I got 4. Yeah, I don't know. I did something weird. Huh. All right. Moving on. 5 times 12 minus 4 minus 6 squared gives us what? So we have an exponent in here, we have multiplication in here, we have addition and subtraction in here, and we have parentheses. We kind of have a little bit of everything. But we are going to start with our parentheses. So in our parentheses is going to be our 12 minus 4. Just pinched myself with the marker, which will give us 8. And then we can drop everything down. So 5 and the 6 squared. Okay. No more parentheses, so we do have an exponent, or 6 squared, which again is 6 2 times, so 6 times 6, which is going to give us 36. We'll drop that down and solve for 36. And you have your 8, and you have your 5. Okay? No more exponents, so multiplication or division from left to right. We do have multiplication, so we are going to go ahead and do our 8 times 5, which is 40, minus 36, and then just solve. So 40 minus 36 is 4. Ta-da! All right, we're going to do 2 more problems and then call it a day. Keep this one nice and short. Alrighty, we have, and then let me know if you want to do more PEMDAS. You can always continue doing more. I like doing PEMDAS. People make fun of it for some reason, or just order of operations in general. I'm not sure why. 11 plus parentheses 6 times another parenthesis 11 plus 5, and then we're going to close both. Okay, so we got the double parentheses again. It is going to be first up, so we're solving for our parentheses first. And again, since we have a double parentheses, we're going to start with the inner one, always first, which we have the 11 plus 5, and that's going to give us our 16 We still have our second parentheses there, times 6 plus 11. Okay. So we're still going to work with our parentheses, which is our 16 times 6, which gives us 96. And then drop everything else down. And then we can just solve. So 11 plus the 96 is going to give us 107. And that is our answer. Cool? Alrighty. We should be all getting back from spring break. We're going on spring break right now. We didn't do anything for ours. We don't really do spring break yet. It's a little. Alrighty, last one. We have 8. Times parentheses 4 times parentheses 6 plus 3 close parentheses squared, and then we're going to double close parentheses and solve. Okay, so this one's a little trickier. We've got parentheses, we've got an exponent, but we also got to kind of tie it in with another parentheses. We've got multiplication, we got addition, all that good stuff. Maybe next time we will do stuff with division, because I just realized we didn't really do anything with division. So I could throw that in next time. Let's solve. So again, we are going to start with parentheses, double parentheses. We're going to start with inner parentheses. So we are going to do 6 plus 3, which will give us 9. And then we got to still keep our little 2, so our squared, okay? And then we still have our times 4. And we still have our parentheses. We still have times 8. And then, okay, someone coming out of the room, so I'm going to have to cut it short. But let's see if we can keep solving. So we have our exponent within our parentheses. So we are going to do our exponent first before we multiply. So the 9 squared is going to be 9 times 9, which is going to give us 81 times our 4. So we are working with a pretty big problem here. Still inner parentheses times 8. Then we're going to do our 4 times our 81. Sorry, I'm going a little quicker. I might have to cut it short. Which is going to be 324 times 8. We can also check our work. So 81 times 4. 4 times 1 is 4. And then 8 times 4 is 32. So that gives you that. Lastly, we just solved. So now we have our 8 times 324. So 324 times 8. And we got 8 times 4, which is 32. 8 times 2, which is 16. 17, 18, 19. And then 8 times 3 is going to be... This is going real good. So the dog barks every time that someone comes out of the room. So we're just going to keep it rolling. Where was I? I don't know where I was. 8 times. Oh, that's not even a times. Oh my goodness. This was supposed to be an addition problem. I'm like trying to check my work again with what I did previous. And I'm like, that's not adding up right. Because, and this is why we always need to check our work. Way up here, which we can do multiplication and see what our answer is. But I have it to where this is plus. So 8 plus parentheses, blah, blah, blah. 8. Sorry, I'm kind of thrown all over the place. Hi guys, if you join, I'm just doing some math problems. And then we have someone living with us, so every time they get out of their room, my dog likes to bark, and then my kiddos are napping right now. So let's finish this problem, which will bring down our plus sign, our plus sign, our plus sign. Even I can make mistakes. So now, the last thing we need to do is take our 8 plus 324. So 324 plus 8. 8 plus 4 is 12. 2 plus 1 is 3. And then 3. So our answer for this problem is going to be 332. Yay! We did it. All right. So I'm just going to go ahead, like I said, end it here. There's a few people that are already up for the day, so I will just cut it. But I will be back live again, hopefully tomorrow around the same time. I might hang around a little bit longer too to see if we can get more traction. But if you have any questions, just let me know, and I will see you all next time.